Okay, so got my gogs on. I'm going to just do a sample covering. I'm not convinced. I don't know. This is really watery compared with normal paint. But then I think I've got to keep stirring it, and maybe I'll have to add some more lime. So let's see how we go on this. Very watery. It's definitely getting a layer of paint on. You can see behind me. The pink's showing through. Maybe I've just got to do several coats because the pink's going to show through. But it's definitely working. I'm quite pleased how this is going on actually. Let's have a closer look. I'll zoom in. Okay, it's a messy job because I'm a messy guy. But look, I've just done this patch here. Let me just zoom in on that. Let's just do this bit down here. I think I've got to keep stirring. That's going on a tree. Right, well that's going on alright. Interesting project for me. I really don't know how many coats you need. I think it's supposed to dry whiter. Now this is going to be, I think I'll put a coat on now, maybe another coat another day. We'll see how we go. I'll set this up. I'll tell you what, let's set this up on the tripod. We'll fast forward and put a bit of music on it and you can see a little bit of action. You don't want to see me painting it all, but we'll get some of it done. And then we'll have a little look at the end. It's just a good little project this. I love a little project. Experimenting. Can't go wrong with traditional lime wash, I think. Just going. I just stopped for a little break. Look at all this out here, debris. I'm carrying on now. It's going well. I'm pleased with this. I think I need to mix up another batch. That one did a coating around 2/3 of it. One thing I am glad I'm wearing these. I think it's very important. This stuff is nasty if you get it in your eyes. A lot of spillage on the floor, as you probably noticed, but guys, that doesn't really matter. I also think it's going to need a couple of coats. That doesn't matter either. You know, do you know what? I'm making it up as I go along, but actually, do you know what? I think it's alright. I can see why this is a very good traditional way of painting stuff out. The lime's very hygienic because it obviously kills bacteria and stuff. It's cheap, very cheap to do this. If I'd done this with Santex, it would have cost me a lot of money. But also, this is right for this sort of building. It allows the walls to breathe, the moisture to escape, whereas a plastic-based coating wouldn't. Right, so let's crack on. Right, I've nearly got through my second mix. What I'm finding is at the bottom of the bucket it's not dissolving. I'm wondering, because this is a really old bag of lime, it's already got damp I reckon, and these lumps have gone really solid. I think if I'd had a newer bag, these lumps would have actually dissolved. Well, it wouldn't have been lumps, it would have been a powder. So that's the only problem I've got, in the fact that you can see in the paint little bits, paint the wash, but it's going on quite well. There will be a second coat once this is dried. I've got to get up there with the step ladders. I'm going to do that bit up the top to the corner, but I'm not going to do that. So one more mix and then I'm stopping. Okay, so that was interesting. So I got on my third mix and I'm getting down into the bag and I'm finding it is more powdery in the middle of the bag, and that is just because the damp hasn't got to that. I reckon that bag could be at least 10 years old. Paper bag, it's absorbed the moisture because of dry powder, so all the stuff on the outside formed sort of lumps. I have no solution for this. I'm just going to keep going with what I've got, and it's a garden tool shed. Do you know what? It's not the end of the world. If I was doing it somewhere else, I think I wouldn't be happy with this because of the lumps in it, and I would have bought a brand new bag of hydraulic lime. I don't know. We'll have to have another look later. It's going on okay, but like I said, the lumps are a bit annoying. I'll live with that though. Hey, I'm a farmer. You've got to live with make, do and mend. Right, let's crack on. Nearly done. I want my lunch. I'm back and I'm on second coat. Look at this. I'll just take these off a minute. Actually, do you know what? Blooming good job I've had these on. I had one little bit go down the side of these into my eye, and God, that stung. Only one little bit, so I'm glad I wore these. I've done second coat on this. I'm getting the hang of this now. Do you know what? I'm loving it. I'm loving whitewash. It's definitely a really good thing. I think I've got some on my... Have I got some on my nose? Got some here. I'm loving it. It's really good material actually. It's really basic. Do you know what? It must be really cheap. I don't know what a bag of that is, about a tenner or something, and I've only used a bit of it. I might have said before, I found it a bit lumpy. I've got an old bag, which is not the best. Doesn't really matter. What I found here on the back thing, right? I put it on a bit thick, so I thought, well, I'll put the next coat on a bit runny. And as I was painting over the thick stuff, it started washing out a bit and spreading around, and it's covered pretty well. I think probably needs a third coat. I don't know whether I'm going to do that or not. Done 2 coats today. You've got to let it dry, and I haven't got a lot of time. But do you know what? It's definitely made this shed a lot brighter already, and it's kind of nice. I like it. It's definitely an improvement. It's well worth doing. I've had my phone on. Here we are on here. I've got the Wi-Fi through the wall here from that side. I've had that on. I've had it on YouTube. I've actually been listening to David Bowie. If you want to look up a really good track, and it's quite applicable for now because there's plenty of heroes out there in the NHS and stuff, get on there, put David Bowie Heroes in, and you'll find a live version, I think from 1996. It's really good. I love it. And in here, you need a bit of music and stuff. And also had a bit of Spandau Ballet, to be honest, a bit of True from Mike takes me back to when I was at school, in the school disco. But let's not go there. Anyway, I didn't have a beard then. Anyway, so really nearly finished here. I don't think I'll film the third coat. But look, you can just see, look at this. Look, second coat. Looking good. I'm really pleased. I am really pleased. And you know what? The imperfections and stuff are what it's about in an old house. I lived before I moved here. Here's Harry. Do you want to come have a look, Harry? I lived in a 1960s house where everything was straight and true and... No. What do you think?
Good.
Don't step on any further in because you might get it on the floor. Do you like it? Does it look better?
Yes.
Yes?
It's covered in paint.
I'm covered in paint. It's a bit brighter though, isn't it? How many marks out of 10?
9.
Thank you, Harry. I appreciate your critique.
It's just that bit.
I'm leaving this bit because I like everyone to see the old bit of what it used to be like. Because that's a piece of history up there. That's really old, that paint. This could be a couple of 100 years old, so I'm leaving that bit. And did I tell you what the colour pink was?
Pig's blood.
Pig's blood. I haven't got any pig's blood. Have you got any pig's blood?
No.
Could you find me some pig's blood?
No.
So we'll just do white then, shall we?
Yes.
Yes. What have you been doing?
Sketching.
Oh, what have you been sketching?
Silage making.
Oh, nice. Well done. Well, that's good.
I'll show you at the end.
All right, mate, that'd be lovely. Thank you. There we go. Harry's been sketching. Anyway, as I was saying, I lived in a 1960s house. Everything was straight, true, nothing rotten, everything fitted. Moving to here, this is a 1605, I think this house was built. Everything in about it is wonky, drafty, rotten. I can lie in bed and hear Death Watch Beetle. None of that phases me because I grew up in this house, so I know that's not a problem. But you just got to keep on top of it. And, you know, I said the wall finish isn't perfect here. Does it really matter? No. It's a tool shed. Who's going to see it? Well, if it wasn't for this YouTube video, no one apart from me. But yeah, I'm pleased. Well, I've got to clean my lady, the lady that will go back on the shelf where she came from. I'll give her a wash. I'll put the shelf back up here, a bit wobbly on the wall here. The shelf's going to go back on where these irons are. I'll have to work something out there because they're not that strong. And then I'll just do a little catch up at the end when we're finished. All right, cheers, guys. Okay, so Harry's doing the filming now. I'm going to give, look, this will come in handy. Woohoo! Do you like that, Harry? No. Okay, well, I decided to give her a wash before we put her back in the shed, because she's been here a long time, and it's only fair we give her a bit of a polish, I think. Don't you? What do you think, Harry?
Yeah.
Look at the dirt on that. I don't want to put her back in the shed dirty. She can go in there for another 50 years, but give her a bit of a clean up. I'm not going to get her immaculate, and we haven't got all the bits. Look at that, there's her foot. I might glue these bits back on. Should we glue those bits back on, Harry? Look.
Yeah.
Otherwise they might go missing, look. If we lose that, it wouldn't be good, would it? We can glue her, I know these bits fit back on. So put that, her head bits won't fit back on. Right, let's get this in here. She's very dirty, isn't she? Can we give her a name? What can we call her?
I don't know.
Now you're going to go back in the shed. There we go. Give her a bath. And there we go. Tool shed is finished. Got the new shelf up. Storage in place. The table's gone back in. Just a lot brighter. I got the lady back up there with her arm glued back on. She can stay there for another 50 years. And yeah, it's just a good useful space and a bit brighter. Pleased for that.